Let's get started with a developing story this morning. Right now, crews are trying to figure out what caused an early morning fire in downtown Moline.
It happened on 5th Avenue at what appears to be the former Fannie Mae candy store. You can see heavy damage to some second floor windows there, some burn marks along the bricks. We don't know if anyone was hurt in this fire, but we'll keep you updated on the story throughout the morning.
A Rock Island laundromat is figuring out what to do now after a car slams through that front door. It happened on 14th Avenue. One person was taken to the hospital with what appeared to be minor injuries. No word on what caused the driver to lose control. We have been in contact with the owner of the laundromat. He tells us there's a chance he has surveillance footage of that crash.
The fate of Hope Creek is still up in the air. A company looking to sell Rock Island County senior home says they are optimistic.
And last night, the Rock Island County Board heard from the Real Estate Investment Service. A spokesperson told the Committee of the Whole he wouldn't have any trouble selling that building. And right now, the home is currently $19 million in debt. Fox 18's Grace Runkle has more details.
When was the last time you heard something that positive about Hope Creek?
The day we cut the ribbon. It was all full of hope back then, but it hasn't panned out. It just hasn't worked.
But one real estate investment service says it could work well for someone else.
This is a state-of-the-art facility. We would have no trouble selling this.
Ray Giannini from Marcus and Millichap says Hope Creek is decades newer than other nursing homes. It was built in 2009, while other homes in the area date back to the 70s.
And while we need to divest ourselves of it, boy, it'd be really exciting if we could really get a good price and move it swiftly. And this gentleman really seemed to think that was going to happen.
Right now, the county is looking to get $19 million for the facility. If the board signs a contract with this company, they could get up to 2.5% commission. That would be about $475,000.
We want the facility to continue to be successful. We want the people to be employed and continue to be employed at the facility, and that's generally the case.
Hearing that the staff would most likely carry over was a relief for Mortland.
It's been a real concern that the staff might be displaced. They could lose their jobs. We have a very, very loyal, dedicated, hardworking staff.
Many board members have said they lost sleep over the fate of Hope Creek. Now Mortland says he's confident in their decision.
This is the brightest moment that we have had in this county for Hope Creek since we opened the doors.
Grace Runkle, Fox 18 News.
Now, next week, the board will vote on if they should move forward with the real estate company or not. If they say yes, then Hope Creek will be on the market shortly after that.
Just turning 7:04, the Iowa DOT's roadside assistance program extends to the Quad Cities. It's called Highway Helper. Now, they don't tow vehicles, but they do take care of most things that would cause a person to be stuck. You can call 911 to get that service. Now, we did take a ride with one of the drivers who tells us they have everything on these trucks to assist people.
We have air ratchets, we have jacks, four-ways, socket set screwdrivers. We have jumper cables that will hook into the front of the truck to jump somebody or to the rear of the truck to jump somebody. We have an air compressor with hoses where we could air up tires and stuff like that.
Iowa DOT says anytime a driver has to pull over on the shoulder, it is considered an emergency. Shuley says if you see the flashing emergency lights, slow down and merge if you can.
Well, you can soon expect more construction on River Drive in Davenport, but this time is to help with future flooding. City Council members just approved to remove the medians that are there.
Davenport's Public Works crews plan to remove 2 of those medians. The director tells us it could take about a month to do that work, and traffic might be down to 1 lane in each direction during that time. Fox 18's Tahir Rahman reports how this change will hopefully help alleviate some flooding.
Public Works crews want to get rid of these medians on River Drive between Perry Street and Iowa Streets because they say it will help with flood protection.
They were originally intended to slow down traffic, but about a decade later, city officials say these medians are now slowing down flood response.
The medians on River Drive do create a difficulty in assembling the flood wall because of the way the equipment needs to maneuver around those medians and between the buildings.
Public Works Director Nicole Gleason says removing the 2 medians will help crews move more quickly without damaging equipment. The move will also allow crews to position the wall higher.
On the crown of the road as opposed to on the slant of the road, because the crown of the road is actually where the medians are now.
And finally, Gleason says crews can do more to prevent the HESCO barriers from slipping again.
It would also afford us the opportunity to create a roughed up cement surface that would allow for more friction for the flood wall to adhere to.
After investigating the HESCO barrier breach back in April, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers suggested Davenport use a pyramid shape. Gleason says removing the medians is the most effective way to do that.
We want to be able to do the best thing we can to make sure we can get the flood wall installed quickly and with the least amount of interruption to the downtown businesses.
Construction is expected to begin over the next few weeks. In Davenport, Tahira Rahman, Local 4 News.
Now, the project is expected to cost about $260,000. Davenport's Public Works Director says that money will come from the city's capital improvement budget. Just about 7:07 now on this Thursday morning. Another muggy, warmer start to our day. Hopefully, though, it'll be the last in what's kind of been sticking with us the past few days.
Oh, for sure. This past week has been kind of rough for September. It honestly feels like we're in the middle of June or July. So we're hoping that very soon, Ash, we can get some fall-like weather because it's already meteorological fall.
Well, how soon are we talking?
Like real soon.
This weekend.
Okay, well, this weekend I can do it. Today, not so much, because it is a very, very warm start. It's going to be another hot day ahead of us here. We got some sunshine outside. We will see sunshine at least mixed in through the afternoon, but by this evening, thicker cloud cover rolls in and some storms are on the way for us here. Those storms actually going to be a good thing for us. In the meantime, 71 right now in Moline, dew point of 68, 67 in Davenport, it's 60, that's the dew point, 69 is the temperature. Now, as we go through the day, it is back to the upper 80s. It's going to feel like the mid-90s. Just one more very, very hot day here. Got a few showers in central and eastern Iowa this morning. Nothing too bad out there, not a whole lot in the Fox 18 area, but eventually the rain does return here this afternoon, and that is going to restore thermal balance, which means we're going to drop down a lot by tomorrow. So today, hot, humid, gross, but thermal balance will be restored by tomorrow. So there's some good news for you.
Yeah.
We could use that restoration because this is getting a little ridiculous for the
Ridiculous
time
is the
of
word
year
for
in
it.
particular.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I feel like September always has those days, though.
Yeah.
September, fall in the Midwest, you're going to have the cold days, you're going to have the hot days. And just deal with it. Get the medicine ready.
That's just the price of living in the Midwest.
It
right?
is.
All right, Ash, thanks. Coming up, what two sitcom stars will be talking about and an oncoming podcast.
Ooh, we're excited. Time now is 7:08.
I wonder if it's their sitcom. You're watching Fox 18 News at 7.
Fox 18 News is live at 7 with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. You're watching Fox 18 News at 7 in high definition.